Hello everyone, this is a cross-site scripting compilation video guys. That means I am going to execute 100 payloads, 100 unique payloads as a beginner to see whether each payload is successfully executed or not. All the 100 payloads will be executed successfully guys. The main reason for this video is most of the beginners execute the cross-site scripting payloads, and even though the application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting, they cannot understand whether the application is still vulnerable to cross-site scripting or not. Let's say for an example, there is a function on click, like the beginner or a fresher will execute this payload, but even though after this payload gets executed, the beginner doesn't know whether the application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting or not, because like if you could see here, it is blank, no link is showing up, but the function is saying as on click. So you need to click your mouse here guys to execute this, otherwise like right over there, otherwise this will not work. If you click somewhere else on the page, this will not work guys. You have to click on Z itself. Yeah, so these are the important things guys, and I'll be covering, like I focused 7 to 8 things so that I can cover all the things in one video guys. So understanding what is the shortest XSS payload, what is the different types of encoding, everything is covered in this as a beginner. But I am not including anything like what do you say, like a data sanitization, data removal, or all those things, because if you understand these 100, that means you can be creative to know that there is a 100,000 ways that still cross-site scripting can be possible, kind of thing guys. So now we'll execute this script. Now let's try to understand this code. What happens whenever I enter any input that is passed to searchuday.php. So in this function we are simply taking the input and printing back directly. So now let's execute one by one guys. Now the first script is, the length is, we see guys, whenever you see any of the script, you need to understand by default, because I don't want to make a very lengthy video guys. The thing is that this, like each payload is different guys. Sometimes what happens, like space, double quotes, single quotes, script tags, these kind of script tags, or if they are blocked, like, so even though when all these things are blocked by the application, each, like sometimes what happens if the application is blocking single quotes and double quotes, then this particular script payload works. So you need to understand, like by looking at this payload, you have to understand yourself that okay, there is no single quotes and double quotes here. So if the web application is not blocking, like blocking double quotes and single quotes, then you have to use this particular payload, kind of thing. So like there is another payload, like what else, like this particular, if the web application is blocking space, then there is another payload guys here. Yeah, if there is a space validation is happening, then without space you can still execute this. So I'm showing you all these things one by one. So like we'll try to finish it. Like if you want to play some background music, you can mute voice and you still see all these payloads will be executed successfully. Because if you search in Google, people are giving you like 100,000 plus payloads, but out of them 90% doesn't work. So these are the 100 things which actually works. That's the main reason for making this video guys, to show you one by one, so how the output looks and how the each thing executes guys. Now, so what is this function guys? On click. Okay, confirm. So now I executed. I'm gonna go and click here. This script is getting executed. So if the web application is blocking like script tags or any HTML tags, you can try to use this, or even if it is blocking space, you can use this. The second payload guys, as you can see here, on mouse enter. So you need to move the cursor on the top of that payload guys, otherwise this will not be executed. Before that you need to see text and where it is reflecting. It is reflecting on the top here. So now if you give the input, then you have to go there and then yes, on mouse over. I am not clicking anything guys because it's a on mouse over function. What is the function here? Details open toggle. Can you guys see guys? The script is executed. The next one is JavaScript. Instead of colon, I have given %26 encoding. That is not executed guys at this moment, but most of the websites will be executed because it is loading as a here. It is appending as a path to the existing directory. So you need to remember, like if it is not adding as a path to that, then it will be executed. This one is getting executed guys. The fourth one, the script tag, if you could see here, I have given #99. Whenever it is very important guys, like whenever you come across hash, right, you should not append it to the particular in the URL itself. For example, I entered this payload in the HTML input fields, right? Now if I click here, this will be executed. So if I pass this particular payload here as a part of parameter value, it will not be executed because after hash everything will be ignored guys. Can you see? The script is not executed. But if I give any other script here as a part of parameter value in the URL, they will be executed because this doesn't have the hash here. So this will be executed. So very important guys. So whenever you see any payload and the hash, you should not copy and pass it in the parameter URL directly. You have to pass it in the box, or else you can with the HTML text fields, or else you have to give it in the burp suit includer kind of thing. So these are the payloads guys. Like I just see like what all executing or not one by one. The script, this one is also got executed guys. svg x onload is equal to 1. So it is very good to see like whichever is working and how to check one by one. Yes, here if you could see here, instead of single quotes, if I give the single quotes, it looks like this, but here he has given some kind of conversion of single quotes here. The script tags, yes, if the application is checking for the script tags, like blocking these particular script tags, then he has given the space and X guys in a particular payload, so the script gets executed. So these are the top payloads which I have taken it from the most of the the hack attempts or the vulnerabilities reported in the last 1 year guys. These are unique, so you can try to use them. These payloads works in most of the websites now, almost all website guys. Like if the data is svg onload, we are using the function. Now what is this payload guys? It will not show any pop-ups. So even if it doesn't show that we are loading this particular URL, right? So now whenever you execute this one, you need to go to burp suit guys. Then first I'm gonna clear everything. As soon I load this script, then the request should be sent from the browser to this particular website guys. If the application is vulnerable, can you see? The request is sent. That's why this particular URL is loaded. This particular URL is nothing but the payload which we used it here guys. Yes, and this is one of the shortest payload guys. If the application is allowing only level characters like 12 characters kind of thing at the server side validation, you can use this. Like Let's see now whether it's working or not. For that, again the website should be loaded, guys. Here, as soon it loaded, the website was loaded. This particular site has script inside that, that's why the script is executed. Because if you could see, if I directly open like this particular site here, 14.rs, on the home page they have the script in that. That's why, yeah, some websites may not have the script, so you need to see in the burp history whenever you are loading any website, third party website. Here the script tag, using the script tag, guys. If the website is blocking single characters or alert message, so what you can do is you can put the alert or something, not alert message. If the website is like here alert document dot cookie, if it is blocking to read the cookie values using alert or blacklisting alert box, then alert words, then you can use this particular script, guys. Because once this script is loaded, this particular URL, in that URL you can give any script whatever you want, so that will be executed automatically to bypass all the server types of validation. This site is also getting loaded, guys. Localhost, it is loaded. Yes, it's something like polyglot XSS, guys. If you could see here, it's all comments, script tags here. Yes, the script is executed successfully. You can pause the video and you can note down the keywords, guys, whichever you like, or else note down, or else simply just watch like a video to understand like these are the many ways a still cross-site scripting can be executed. Yes, guys, using iframe, like we have given iframe /src onload is equal to prompt 1. Now this is interesting, guys, this function. Now if you could see here, if you could see here on cut, so that means when you move the mouse over, it is not executing. When you click here, it is not executing the script, guys. But how does, now you can check whether this, like what is the function. You need to click Ctrl X, guys. You need to press Ctrl X, then only the script will be executed here. Once the data, this is important, guys, whenever you come across oncut function. Onload is by default, guys, it will be loaded and it will be executed, but it is, this function looks small but it's still 15 characters in length, guys. So yes, similarly we're gonna make 100 working SQL injection commands, 100 working local file inclusion, and 100 working SSRF, so that like you will be having only one video for 100 working payloads which can work even though if the application is whitelisting or blacklisting or data sanitization, some mechanisms, there should be at least one payload should work fine, guys. So this is like a brainwash for a fresher, so that you don't have to remember, but you have all these payloads, but you have to remember like how each payload works. That's the reason I'm making this video, guys. Otherwise I would have simply given you this payload, but if you execute that, if still reflects back, you think that application is not vulnerable. You also need to know like octal encoding, all those things. You don't need to know that, but such encoding payloads could also work, which I'm gonna show you in this video itself, guys. So there will be only one video on each security issue with 100 working payloads, and which still work even today, guys. So I'll also put those evidence in the next videos. We executed this, right? SVG. This is the tag onload is equal to alert1. This is something like similar itself, guys. So that's not Murray. Yes. So now this one is interesting, guys, because he is giving double quotes equal to. This works only when, where are we? Yes, this kind of payload works when I told you before in the, if you have seen my previous video on XSS, like let's say whenever your username is reflecting back within the double quotes guys, within the HTML attributes. So in this scenario these payloads will work guys, because if you give a script alert 123 script here, it will not work. Can you guys see? I'm going to show you now. No, it doesn't work. Control U, alert 123. Your script is successfully reflected back guys, but it is reflected back in the HTML attributes. In order to execute, you have to give double quotes. Simply remember any payloads which starts with double quotes guys. So now scripts gets executed. So this is the very important thing. Whenever your user input is getting reflected back, then in the double quotes, like within the href attributes I would say, then you need to do this HTML attributes. Yes, the same thing guys, double quotes. I shouldn't be giving one more double quotes, otherwise it will be throw an error. It's working now. Here on the login page, you guys now understood. The same thing will also work if you give here guys, because extra double quotes will not impact the script if the data is directly reflected back in the HTML body. This one on mouse over equal to alert 1. Now if I execute here, you guys think and say guys, now will it be executed or not? Take 4-5 seconds. No, because this particular payload is treated as a function, so you need to pass it within the HTML attributes itself. When your data is reflected back in the HTML attributes, then it's good. Like for example here, now it works here. So because that is the function, that's the reason whenever your data is reflecting back within the HTML attribute, then you need to use this one. Similarly, double quotes means yes, you can execute this here. Now it's working even though there is a comment line. This is an evidence to showcase that, like, you know, all these payloads still works. Now can this works guys? Autofocus on focus equal to alert 1. If I execute here on the search page, no, because it is not reflecting back within the HTML attributes. That means this one is reflecting directly within the body. So this, if you come across this login page, your input will be reflecting back within the HTML attributes, right? As you can see here, value equal to 1. Then you can pass the function here directly. That means we can give the function here. Yes, the script is executed. ahref is equal to okay. Whenever the script tags are getting blocked, then you can use this ahref is equal to, click here, the script got executed guys. So if the website is blocking all the script tags, then you can easily use ahref attributes. Sometimes some websites will allow the HTML tags like href, body kind of thing, but it will block all the script tags guys. So in those websites you can execute this particular payloads. Now script src, it will be executed for sure. To confirm whether it's executed or not, you need to see whether the site is loaded or not in the backend. Yes, it is loaded, because not all the websites will show the pop-up guys. Yes. Why this is the website is short guys? In this payload, people wantedly created that short domain so that if any web application is like input field is if the web application is accepting the short input fields like 15 characters input, like first name, it is limiting to 15 characters, then you can execute this kind of payloads. So script confirm whether you get pop-up or not. Yes, it works. The same thing I believe here, both okay. SVG onload is equal to slash, can you see guys here, encoding format. So if the website is blocking some particular functions like confirm and all, so you can give this kind of encoding and pass it, still it gets executed. The same thing here too, like this means it's an F guys. So this particular slash I slash u encoding. Now the script got executed. SVG onload, if the website is blocking space, then you can also give slash between SVG guys, between SVG and onload. The script got executed. The same thing, iframe, if it is blocking the space, then you can give the forward slash to bypass such validations. Iframe means it should load, right, like a frame. Yes, it was loaded. Don't remember guys, this is a one-time video. You just have to watch, like to see whether all the payloads are getting executed and try to understand what I'm trying to say, in which scenario in each payload works. It's a one-time watching video guys. Then later on you don't have to remember all these things. The way which I told you, using the intruder feature, you can execute all these things. But in the interviews most people ask, like can you execute cross-site scripting if the space is, if the application is validating for the space, so you should say yes. Like if the web application blocks single quotes and double quotes, can you execute XSS? Yes. If the web application blocks script tags, can you execute XSS? Yes. If the web application is blocking the ankle brackets itself, like this one or this one, can you execute XSS? Yes. Kind of thing. These are the things. Can you encode this like JavaScript functions and make it executable? Yes, we can do that. So these are all the things you need to remember, the points which I told you, right? These are very important points. Can you create your own like HTML tag to make sure the application execute the JavaScript function to execute XSS? Yes. Instead of input tag, I will give as Uday input. So like instead of iframe, I will give as Uday iframe and I'll try to pass it. So now on click guys. Now the name what I told you before, on click means we have to click. Where we click, if we click somewhere here, it doesn't work guys. I'm clicking here. No, it's not working. I have to click here on the text itself, whatever it has. That's great guys. Oh shit. Okay. SVG onload equal to confirm. Yes guys, it is executed, this function. Now if you could see, an application is filtering for HTTP protocol strings here, HTTP colon. If this particular, if your payload contains this particular HTTP colon, then the application will stop processing the request. In that scenario, you can give the spaces and you can still see the script gets executed guys. So that's how you need to remember. Can you guys see? Yes. So anyhow, the load, it has been loaded here directly, but the site is something is different here. Yes, it particularly loaded. And try to check whether if you don't give HTTP protocol still works or not guys. It shouldn't. Yes, the script tags are executed with on mouse over equal to this particular image tags. This is the basic script, guys. As soon like on script is equal to alert XSS, on mouse over equal to alert document dot cookie. Yes, as soon I move the mouse over the text, it was working, guys. Yes, this particular script is also getting executed. As I said, this has the hashtag, so you cannot pass it directly on the URL. You need to pass it in the text box, or else you need to give it in the repeater or intruder. Can you guys see? If the application is validating for anything like document.cookie or particular keywords in this scenario, you can execute this, guys. Particular string, it got executed. This is the XSS is the is the what do you say, the alphabetical order, right? A to Z, it starts from 65 to 92, I believe, some numbers, right? So it is nothing but 88 is nothing but XSS, like ASCII value kind of thing. Now this is interesting, guys. So you might see that if the website is blocking alert and all those things, this string will still work. If you could see here, like there is no alert, nothing, but this is an encoding form, guys. You can still execute and the script gets executed. If you could see here, we are passing double tags. If the application is removing tags once, then still the application gets executed. Like you have seen this before itself. Script src is equal to image src is equal to script tags. Yes, that one. Input type is equal to image src is equal to. Yes, you see this. Now what happened, guys? Input type is equal to image src is equal to, okay, this is not loaded. This will not load, guys. Yes, the link is loaded. As you can see, it was loaded in the ahref. If you could see, he has encoded the particular domain, guys, completely, like XSS equal to, if you could see here, Google is loaded. URL encoding. How can you do that? Within the burp suite, you can also go to decoder, enter the URL here, encode as URL, guys. So that particular string, but however, you can copy and execute this particular string all the time. If the web application is validating for the domain names, then you can simply pass the IP address itself, guys, here, like ahref is equal to, then the link. Yeah, this is just for learning, guys. Yes, the script is getting executed. IP address. This is the another encoding form of the URL, guys. You don't have to remember or you don't have to create, guys, because these are the payloads working. You can simply use these particular payloads and can remember that, like, these are the ways. As I told you, like using the WAF bypass payloads, you can simply use that, but in the interviews, in order to attend the interviews, these are the concepts which are important for you to know, like how do you execute XSS when the web application is allowing to use href and it is blocking the domain names inside it. So inside, then you can simply give the IP address there. Yes, executed. Hexa format, octal formats of the IP addresses. You can see it is still reflected back here. If you click on that, it still loads the maybe that website would have been dead. 66.102 something, guys, that is dead. But here since it is loaded, that's fine, the script is successful. Yes, iframe is we are loading. If the website is blocking double quotes within the iframe, or then you can use this kind of things, guys. Object data is equal to JavaScript alert 0. That's the actual bad request. Yes, this one did not execute at this. ABCD. Now if you could see this payload, guys, marquee payload, like as soon you execute, the script is getting loaded, guys, like it's and now where is our search page? Yes, this is another payload, guys. You need to move the mouse over because we are using on mouse over within the input tags, guys. We are using some kind of encoding here, and then we are passing the null byte. See, it might look like it won't execute, guys, but if you can see, like we encoded like alphabet A to /u0061, and the script is still got executed, guys. So if the web application is blocking alert, you can still use these kind of things, guys, alert or kind of keywords. Now the script got executed, guys. Simply on mouse over equal to, if the web application is checking for like JavaScript, and if it is not checking for the case sensitive, then you can give Java in short words, in short characters, and script in like not just Java, you can give like half like Java SC and kind of thing, small letters, and the other half in capital letters, guys. Null byte on error equal to confirm to see whether the script is executed or not here. Yes, guys. Here instead of the single quotes, he has encoded the single quotes to other, and the script got executed, guys. Here he is passing the tab. What is the function, guys? Here script src localhost js.js. Now we have to see whether the request to this particular site has been sent or not still. Yes, that means this application is vulnerable to cross-scripting, guys. Now the same thing, guys. Here the script is got executed. These are the payloads taken from hundreds of places, guys. So like, so see the payloads, sorry, yes, we are still able to execute the process script with the with the help of these characters. Now this looks interesting, guys. It looks like your script may not get executed, but still, even though the application is blocking double quotes, you can still execute the script with single quotes, guys. Here we are not passing double quotes for on mouse over here. That's very important. Iframe. Yes, the script got executed here. Since we are trying to load another website here, yes, that's why, yes, image. That's the reason there is a pop-up. If you think the application is showing the pop-up, you might think the application is not vulnerable to cross-site scripting, guys. This is nothing to do. Generally, this is the behavior of the browser when we are trying to load another website as a pop-up. So that means this script is successfully executed and the application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting. I'm trying to explain as a layman terms, guys. So yes, now if you could see, we here the application is validating for like colon or else like open brackets, like open braces, colon and open braces, and we are trying to encode and trying to execute this kind of payloads, guys. Now still it was successfully executed. Form tag X, yes, the script got executed. As you can see here, now we understood various ways how to bypass single quotes, double quotes, spaces, and using the short length of the payload, using encoding, this kind of encoding, using the href attributes, and also what do you say, guys, like if the particular functions encoding, like instead of alert /u00e kind of thing. So now we understood lot of ways of bypassing, guys. Now where are we? I'm very sorry, like we forgot. Okay, now I'll try to start from somewhere from here. Line number 68. This is just a beginner things, guys. Make sure that in the interview to ask, not about if you are doing bug bounties, it's completely different. Attending the interviews to get a job is very is different, right? Then because these are the important things in the interview, they will ask, can you execute XSS when the single quotes are blocked? How? Which is the payload? Then I am already showing you here to answer almost all possible cross-site scripting commands. Sorry, cross-site scripting, what is it? Script tags, yes. Now this like image src we executed here using iframe tags here. The best part is if the application is blocking this particular angle bracket, even though if you remove this, this particular script tags gets executed. Let me show you. Can you see? You don't need this particular angle brackets for iframe, guys. That's important. Now here, yes, this particular script is loaded, like script. If the application is blocking this particular script tag, then what you're gonna do, instead of this particular script tag, you are giving something script.com alert. This is my favorite, guys. Like sometimes if the web application is blocking script tags or all the HTML script tags as listed in the what do you say, like what all the working HTML tags, then you can use this particular thing to bypass it. Now this looks interesting, this particular payload too. On mouse over function, on mouse over, and rest everything is encoded. ahref double quotes equal to here, anyhow we are passing equal to here, that's okay. Yes, if the double quotes are blocked, and then this particular thing works. How can I say double quotes are blocked? If the double quotes are blocked, because this particular script tag doesn't need double quotes to execute. So I assume if the application is blocking double quotes, then I can simply execute this particular script. This one, if the web application is blocking these particular tags and double quotes, single quotes too, then you can use this particular style. No one taught me this, like 100 payloads compilation. XSS might look funny, but SQL injection, local file inclusion, SSRF would be very interesting with 100 payloads compilation. It will be like, worldwide ways of bypassing all in one video, and you can execute them. Yes, this is the way. It's not, you can use the bunch of payloads, pass it to the intruder, but how, when each payload works, how you should use it, that's important for interview, guys. Now, yes, this script tag got executed, like using style script tags, using it like including malloc tag. Yes, form text area is equal to, like, it looks like a simple form keyword, but still, like, it was possible to insert the text inside that. iframe src doc. Yes, you could see the text here. You don't have to remember, I'm telling again. He was trying to bypass with the help of the tilt symbol. Yes, the script got executed. Yes, guys. Various ways of encodings. Onload equal to double quotes, space, single quotes are blocked, still it can be possible. On mouse over function, it looks like a text, but you need to mouse. Like onload, that means this will be executed directly. If the web application is blocking double quotes or spaces, then or particular functions, you can use this one. Onload mark. Yes, the script got executed. iframe is my favorite one. The script got executed, guys. Yes, so all these are working. I made sure that everything should work for you guys, so that you can see the payloads and you can try to understand like how many ways the cross-site scripting can be executed, like using by creating a function and calling a clickable button. Once you click, then the script gets executed. So this is another way to bypass. And like when the alert open braces are blocked, then you can use this one, like video tag. These are the HTML5 elements which are helpful to execute the direct functions, like JavaScript functions here, not just alert, any function. Audio, to bypass lots of blacklisting validations. Most of the times, these were 5 years before, these were very pretty famous. Whenever we talk about not 5-7 years before, whenever we talk about cross-site scripting bypass, everywhere they used to show up only this. If the Google shows 10 results, 10 out of the 10 results used to show only these kind of things to bypass the payloads. But nowadays, Polyglot XSS has become famous, and these types of encodings. As days going on, there are lots of resources are available nowadays for you guys. You guys are lucky. 15 years before, when I was trying to learn all these things, there was nothing like SVG. Using SVG can now. How cool is that? Like, without getting without executing cross-site scripting all the time, all these payloads one by one, You can mute my video and you can watch whether the script getting executed or not, and then you can keep justify. Otherwise I'm very sure that, like, you would not have executed all this script one by one before, right? So because it's like boring, like, and most of the things doesn't work because I have taken only the working ones out of like thousands, like. So as you can see, if the http:// is getting blocked, then you don't need to pass that one http: kind of thing, and directly you can pass this one. Let's see whether the site gets loaded or not. Now if you click on this, yes, it's loaded. So http:// is not required to put here to bypass, like, to check for validation bypass. Comments, guys, if you don't like this video, then I'll stop making the payloads for the next 100 for SSRF or command injection or code injection kind of thing. Each video 100 payloads, that will be like, the worldwide types of all types of compilation in one video. You can see, you can confirm whether they work or not, just like moving, just by watching, like, it's like. Or else you can mute my video and play some party songs in the backend and see, oh, these are the things SRC. This particular site is loading. The Firefox can't open this page, means I have given the wrong domain, guys. google.com should be, instead of google.pdf I have entered. So if the iframe loads, that itself is an issue, because the site is got protected, right? That's the reason it was not loading here. That means the application is still vulnerable to cross-site scripting, because iframe executed successfully but Google got protected. Yes, now this one doesn't execute, guys. Yes, so we have executed around 95 plus various like cross-site scripting payloads, and they were executed successfully, guys. But if the application is having the main intention of for this video is, this is not to, these payloads are not enough to bypass the validations, guys. The video which I have shown you before, like 15 minutes video, where we have put hundreds of payloads, like we can simply create output HTML file and open and see, confirm whether the application is vulnerable to cross-site scripting or not. The main intention of this is to brainwash, to attend the interviews and to answer all types of cross-site scripting questions. Like if they ask, like, can we do this kind of encoding, like UTF-8 encoding or double encoding kind of thing, or like if the web application is blocking single quotes, double quotes, all these things you can now understood. You can at least answer to the interviewer questions about cross-site scripting, guys. Now in my next video I'll try to focus on 100 URL redirection payloads, guys. Like we'll see like what is the shortest length and what is the types of ways of doing it, using header manipulation, URL redirection, or else directly taking. Both could be same. So let's see now. But like, yes, each of has the different scenarios, so I'll show at least 5 to 10 on the other scenario too. So that's it, guys. We covered XSS compilation video. I think this is the first video in the hacking industry of like compilation of XSS payloads. We have seen lots of videos like building compilation or fire compilation or tsunami compilation, work compilation, but this is something like hack compilation. Later we'll also make a video on how to like locally we'll hack 100 websites locally on our own machine legally, and we'll make a compilation of video of 100 hacks in 100 minutes, guys. 100 minutes would be like too boring, like not boring, like would be too quick. So we should spend at least 2 minutes on each hack. So yes, you'll be learning 200 hacks in 3 hours, guys. 100 hours, like 100 hacks in 2 hours, 2-3 hours. Let's see like how it goes. I can make that, and not just like same approach guys, we'll try to use at least 50 plus unique approaches in that too. See ya, thank you.